I just wanna break down after all the time that you kicked me on the way out. Sticks and stones break bones, but your words hurt a different way. Somehow, now all I seek is silence from your mouth. My God, what a beautiful sound. My God, what a beautiful break down. After all the time that you kicked me on the way out. Sticks and stones break bones, but your words hurt a different way. Somehow, now all I seek is silence from your mouth. My God, what a beautiful sound. My God, what a beautiful. I can instrument you, plug me to you.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. I feel like I haven't seen you guys in such a long time. I'm so happy to be here now. I don't remember the last time I've been doing a stream. You know, I did a stream. It's been a minute. So, but it is a pleasure to be here. I've been looking forward to this one ever since I came up with the idea for it. Which was a couple of months ago, actually, like maybe 5 months ago, and I just didn't feel like it was the right time. I was waiting for the movie to be announced for pre-production, and that finally happened. So now I get the chance to bring this to your guys' attention because I think it is going to be really interesting what they do once the movie comes out and they get the ball rolling. But before I get too deep into talking about Rough Cut, The House of Mr. Cackle, all that good stuff, I'm going to go ahead and see what you guys are saying in the chat. I already see quite a few familiar names. So, of course, we have Ashton. Howdy, Ashton. Thank you so much for being here. And we have Erica, my one and only mod. Bless up. Oh, we got Austin returning for yet another stream. It was a pleasure to meet you the last one, and I'm really grateful to see you back for another one. Hopefully this one keeps your attention just as much as the last. We shall see. Am I muted? Actually, can somebody tell me that? Y'all, can y'all hear me? I think I'm good. I double checked. Let's just verify. Before I look like an idiot. No one's telling me I'm muted this time, so I think we're okay. Is this thing on? We hear you. We hear you. Okay, cool. Just had to double check that real quick, you know. Wouldn't want to do the first 5 minutes of the stream on mute. And then we have Nanette. How you doing, Nanette? Thank you so much for being here. You've been frequenting the channel a lot recently, so I appreciate it. Getting pizza soon may disappear for a bit. Totally understandable, Austin. Chester, how you doing, Chester? Thank you so much for joining in. Is that Britney Spears? What are we talking about? Oh, are you talking about the girl in the top right corner? Let me know, Erica, because I have no idea what you're talking about. Hey, Stephanie, how you doing? I didn't stick around in your stream long enough to see if you responded to what I said on your on Twitch, but I was there. I was there. You were sweeping. It was funny. I don't know. Yeah, everyone's saying that we can hear you. All right, cool, awesome. I appreciate that. My lovely girlfriend Olivia, thanks for being here. Hope you're feeling okay. Yeah, this would have pissed me off. Genuinely would have been frustrated. Yeah, okay, Stephanie, I did see you. Yep. All right, cool. Just making sure. Yeah, that would be fun. Never played Dead by Daylight before, so would be nice. And then we got Shot. You know, he's on my shit list today, but it's still always a warm welcome for you. Thank you so much for being here. I've been sick, but I'm starting to feel better. Well, that's good, you know. Things are moving in the right direction for you, so I'm glad that you're at least feeling better. That is certainly a positive. And oh, yeah, I'm so down. Cool. I'll get with you and let you know about that because that would be fun. So, I wasn't sure if there was gonna be any interest in this sort of stream, but, uh sorry, distraction, putting me in a list. Yeah, at least it's that list and not another type of list. But, yeah, I wasn't sure what the interest in this type of stream was gonna be like. I'm sure probably none of you know what this is or have ever even heard of it. Um, unless you saw my review for Rough Cut, then that's possible. I did that back in September last year. Um, essentially, I was contacted by Mitchell Slan. He's the creator, the director of Rough Cut, and he, asked me if I'd be interested in doing a review for his unreleased proof of concept. It was like 6 minutes long. It's just like a rough idea of what the kind of movie that what they wanna make and what that's gonna look like, to garner some interest, get people talking about it because they were trying to push for funding to get a full-length feature film in production. Um, yeah, see, Shot saying, "I was very confused when I saw the notification for the stream." So Rough Cut is actually not, like, public. You guys can't watch it. You know, Mitchell sent me, like, a screener for it. I watched it multiple times working on my review, and yeah, so sorry, it's not gonna be something that you guys can go get access to and watch. The closest thing that you can get, honestly, is gonna be my review. At the time when I did the review for the proof of concept, I looked online and there was, like, interviews with Mitchell talking about it, and there's some stuff on Instagram and TikTok, some, like, short form content reviews, but nobody had, like, a full-length video like I did. I got as close to talking about spoilers as I could, um, and I even had to, like, verify things with Mitchell after the video, send it to him, let him watch it. I was like, "Hey, is everything I'm saying okay?" Because I did go into some details because I really wanted to try to capture everyone's imagination just a little bit and give you guys sort of an idea of, uh of what Rough Cut is gonna look like, and, you know, I didn't get paid for this. Obviously, Mitchell reached out to me. It was part of their marketing campaign to get people to do reviews, send them screeners, talk about it. But for the people in the chat, anyone who knows me, I think they know that I am a genuine person. I like to try to be as authentic as I can. I actually think doing streams suits me better than doing pre-recorded videos because my comedy style, I guess, my sense of humor comes off better. Um, Pre-recorded just doesn't come off that way for me. But I'm a genuine person. I'm authentic. I like to talk about the things that I actually like. If I'm talking about something that I don't really care about, if I don't feel passionate about, it's going to come off that way because I'm not good at faking things. I'm not a good liar. I'm not good at pretending. And so I say that to say, like, the fact that I'm doing a second video about this, um, of my own free will on, just doing it because for the love of the game, because I really do think that there's an interesting concept here. I think the people that allegedly are going to be working on this with Mitchell, it's interesting. The people that are supposedly supposed to be cast in this, I don't know if that's confirmed or not yet, but all of that stuff. It's fun. It really piqued my interest. I really liked a lot of Mitchell's short films that I'd seen on YouTube prior to this, and I know that he's competent to make a good horror film. I think he's got a nice concept with Mr. Cackle. It's a cool slasher. He's got like a cool backstory, all that stuff. So this is all coming from the heart and the soul. I want to do this. I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about this, read this to you guys. I haven't finished this. I read through part of it and then I stopped because I knew eventually I was going to come here. So this is a bit of a surprise for me. But yeah, this is all heart straight off of just what I like. And so I hope that you guys kind of resonate with it and your interest gets piqued to the point where you start to keep it on your radar. I'm not sure if production has started yet. I know they're still doing their short film circuit. They're in like the short film circuit right now, but they've won a bunch of awards. They won awards at Stages, and that is the only one that I can remember right now. But I think it was Austin Film Festival as well. They've been to a bunch of different ones. and they've won a bunch of awards for it. And supposedly, I said this on my stream last time, but our Art the Clown himself, David Howard Thornton, is allegedly supposed to sign on to play Mr. Cackle, according to IMDb Pro and according to other things that I've heard. Now, I don't know if that's going to end up happening. I know that there was a verbal agreement. I don't know. I don't actually have insider information past that. I do know that Kimberly J. Brown from Halloween Town was also supposed to come out of retirement to sign on for this movie. Don't know if that's still happening. And then if there's any Good Doctor fans out there, Kayla Cromer, I think she played a doctor in the final season of The Good Doctor. I don't remember her character's name, unfortunately. That is the blonde-haired woman in the top, I don't know which left or right corner, who's going to be playing Tiff, our final girl, essentially, of this movie. She's signed on officially because she was in the proof of concept, so she's for sure in there. But yeah, so the interesting thing is, because like I said, the proof of concept is not out to the public, but this is a short story. It's called The House of Mr. Cackle, a rough cut short story. It's based on the feature screenplay Rough Cut, written and directed by Mitchell Slan, short story adaptation by Amelia Cotter, and illustrations by Nathan Morse. And this gives you way more information. The parts I did read, way more information than what you get from the proof of concept. So it's pulled straight from the screenplay that Mitchell wrote. And I think this is going to stir up some more interest, far better than probably that review I did for the proof of concept at this point. So I'm going to go ahead, scroll up real quick. I got to sneeze. No, I don't. It went away. I'm going to say hello. I saw a few more new names, and then I'm going to go ahead and get started on giving this a little read for you. Yeah. Oh, Shot said, I did see your review for it, but couldn't find the film anywhere. Yeah, it's not released. It's still not released. I'm not sure if it's ever going to be public, but there's lots of potential there. I'll tell you that. We got Erica saying, did everyone hit that like button? If not, you better go do it, or else. I'm not going to jork the ghost this time, but yeah, she's going to do something to you, and it ain't jorking. And then, oh yes, also Erica highlighted Bloody Birthday 1981 watch party. Brett and I are doing that on Chills and Thrills. That's tomorrow, I believe, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. It's gonna be a first time watch for me, so definitely put that on your guys' calendars. Chills and Thrills is always a lot of fun. I think Brett and I have good chemistry, and we just we're all about the fun. And even Erica saying, mark those calendars. Absolutely. Oh, I think I missed Brett. Did I already say hi to Brett? I don't think I did. A quick hello at my birthday party with dad side of the family. Yes, happy early birthday, Brett. Thank you for just making the time to pop in and make your presence known. I hope you're having a good time. And I can't wait to stream with you tomorrow, pal. Is that tomorrow? It is tomorrow, Monday. Yep. Ashton. Wait. Sorry. I saw Stephanie was saying she was going to ask the same thing, so I was trying to see. I don't think I said hi to Gory. How you doing, Gory? Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to be getting started shortly. Just going to say hi to the newcomers popping in. We got Mandy. Howdy doody, Mandy. That short story looks pretty long. Okay, so it says a short story. It's 24 pages. 24 pages. There's not a lot of words. The font is not huge, okay? Now, what might slow us down is the fact that I can't fucking read for shit. That might be the problem. Because I started doing a little test read earlier, just getting my larynx, whatever that shit is called. My vocal cords all warmed up, and I haven't read a book in quite a long time, so it was rough. Shot says the short film will probably be on DVD of the full film once released. Maybe. I think I did ask Mitchell if he ever planned on releasing the proof of concept to the public. I don't know if I don't remember what his response was, but he might have. He might have said yes. He might have said at some point maybe, but I don't know. I think that they really just put it together with what resources they had, and to garnish interest and get people looking to help them fund the movie. So I don't know if that's ever really going to come out to the public. I think it would be cool to kind of see the OG version of it and kind of like where the roots started, but who knows? Not I. Okay. One last quick thing. This is also free. I think it's on Kindle if you have Kindle Unlimited. I bought it on Amazon twice. I bought the digital version and then I bought the book. I think I paid like $5 for the digital, $10 for the paperback. So if you guys are interested in reading it on your own, Amazon Kindle, it's on there. I was going to screen share and have it put up, but I think I'm already going to have a copyright issue just reading the book. We'll see what happens. I definitely think I would have got a copyright issue if I put it up on the screen. So I had to change that idea, unfortunately, but bear with me. So I think everyone's chilling. I think we're all warmed up and settled into the chat. So this is the cover, the House of Mr. Cackle. Got a little, if it'll focus. Can we focus, please? What do those makeup girls do? I don't know. It's because Leatherface is back there. There's too many faces. Oh, well. You guys see it. Yeah. Got the villain up there in the top. We got these two characters down here. Cool little illustration. Oh, just in time, Ray. I'm about to start getting started. That's a redundant sentence. I'm about to get started. So you got here just in time. This should be interesting. All right. I would be remiss if I didn't read the from director writer section. It's very small, so I am going to read it. I'm excited to hear you read badly, Woo. Let's fucking go. We'll see what happens. So it says, from writer-director Mitchell Slan, Rough Cut is a stylish, twisted, and deeply personal love letter to Halloween, horror fandom, and the slasher genre, told through a perspective horror fans haven't seen before. At its center are Tiffany, a one-of-a-kind final girl, and Mr. Cackle, a villain we believe is destined to become the next horror icon. Interesting. The short story reveals how they first met on Halloween night many years ago, offering only a glimpse into their universe, a chilling taste of what's still to come in the feature film Rough Cut. So that is all. That's it. That's the short story. Kidding. That's what Mitchell had to say. And then we are gonna go ahead and get started. He's got bad film taste and bad reading. This is crazy. The bullying is already getting started. I need to take a sip. This one's gonna be a doozy. Also, I think since there's 24 pages, I was thinking about finding a good place to pause every 6 pages to see what you guys are saying. If you guys think that's too many pauses, because I don't want this to end up being a really long stream, and you think maybe I should stop midway at the 12 point, let me know. But if 6 pages sounds good to y'all let me know. I don't want to just leave you guys hanging high and dry and not address what you guys are talking about. So, yeah. Oh, bullying. I'm right on time. Yep. Thanks, Dad. If you can't bully your friends, then you ain't friends. Touche. Oh. Shama Lama. I'm not going to do it. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, man. I'm spooked. Tiffany sat tall at her editing suite, a desk littered with spooky decor, festive lights, pink skulls, and pumpkins with one large monitor in the center, a keyboard illuminated with rainbow lights, speakers, and a DSLR camera mounted above a Blu-ray player and a VCR. Bet Shot doesn't even know what a VCR is. Tiff could see her reflection in the monitor. She was cool and confident at only 20 years old and very skilled at her work. She pushed up her dark-rimmed glasses and gave her blonde and black and purple highlighted hair a quick toss. She was ready to go live for her Halloween night special. Tiff's YouTube channel, Scared Stiff with Tiff, was growing in popularity with 15,000 subscribers and featured snappy edits from her clients' homemade and independent short horror films. Tiff was a video editor whose specialty was crafting suspense. She lived to share the gory magic behind her favorite scary movies, demonstrating for her audiences how to edit, or I'm sorry, there we go, mess up number one. Demonstrating for her audience how editing, music, and pacing came together, as she would say in her channel introduction, to make your heart skip a beat. Earlier in the day, Tiff had received a request from a fan and new client named Arnold Druitt79, who she gleefully described to her fans as weird as hell. Their video call to talk business had been interesting. Tiff was greeted on screen by a man with a face not even a mother could love. That is rude. Arnold was a skeletal, gloomy man with a dark circle under his right eye, an eye patch over his left eye, and globs of shoddy vampire makeup that seeped into the cracks of his face. The collar from a black vampire cape hovered over his slicked back hair. "I dig your costume," Tiff told him jovially, although his jarring appearance set her a bit on edge. "It's not a costume," Arnold replied flatly. They discussed the terms of the editing agreement and footage involved. 3 folders, one for each victim, Arnold explained. Short vignettes, and they needed to be very scary. Arnold demanded a quick turnaround, but agreed to pay $7,000 and transferred half straight away. Tiff could deal with his weirdness for that amount of money, as it happened to be the exact amount of her October earnings goal. She had big plans to pay her rent, help her mom out with some expenses, and eventually save enough money to move out to LA and pursue her film editing dreams. So, for tonight, for this year's Halloween show, Tiff asked Arnold if she could edit his footage live in front of her audience without watching it first, so it could be a surprise and delight for everyone involved. Arnold quickly agreed that it would be an honor and would satisfy his demand for timely service. Before their call ended, Arnold lamented to Tiff that he too once had a successful YouTube channel with a significant following. This was many years ago, all before he tragically lost his beloved sister, Lenore. Lenore, incidentally, had also been a highly gifted video editor. Tiff greeted her audience, welcomed them to her Halloween night special, opened the file called Mr. Cackle _002, and pressed play on the first vignette. A girl, the victim, stood alone in a dark chamber lit only by infrared light. There was a man standing at some distance from her, wearing an arresting white mask that featured wide, wild eyes, exaggerated eyebrows pulled up into the tight arches, a gaping mouth with yellow teeth and bright red lips twisted into a cackling grin, and a spiky, disheveled black wig. He had a camera lens attached like a monocle over his right eye. His long black mantle, like a vampire cape with a large collar that draped down to his heels, moved almost like a bat's wings when he moved. It was apparent he could see the girl, but she could not see him. She could, however, hear his dark, menacing laughter echoing all around her. The man also wore an elaborate glove with colored wires and switches that, when flipped, sent command signals through the glove to activate and control cameras all around the room, including the one attached to his mask and one that was unknowingly attached to the victim. The camera over his eyes zoomed in on the girl. Her eyes darted wildly around the room, looking for any path to escape. Another camera, a drone, lifted into the air. It buzzed softly, flying slowly, ominously toward her. Meanwhile, Tiff watched the footage in awe, eagerly editing as the scene continued. The main camera moved forward and then stopped dramatically in front of the masked man. He turned to face the lens and, with flair and menace, whispered a sentence that echoed throughout the chamber, his deep voice muffled through his mask. "Are you prepared to watch her die?" The mouth of the mask moved creepily with his mouth as he spoke. The vantage point switched quickly to a different angle, and he appeared suddenly directly in front of the girl. He produced a long straight razor, which he brandished in front of her, laughing maniacally as cameras all around him closed in on his screeching mouth, closer and closer. The girl cried out in terror, other cameras focusing on her look of sheer dread and helplessness. Tiff's audience reeled with horror and delight, comments flooding into the chat, some elated and some disgusted by the realism of the footage. Tiff was ecstatic, shouting with excitement, "Die, die!" And with that, the man slashed the girl's throat in one swift motion. Whoosh. Blood sprayed several feet in all directions, and the girl fell lifeless to the ground. The vignette displayed the bloody action from multiple angles, including her POV camera. Tiff sat back, breathless, utterly impressed. She emailed Arnold quickly to let him know she had completed the rough cut of that first kill scene and was taken aback by just how real it seemed. Replying right away, Arnold simply answered, "It is real." I'm going to pause there for just a second, see what you guys are saying, because it's going to start heating up. It's gonna start heating up here in a moment. So I think that's a good time to take a little pause, see what you guys are saying, and see if my reading suffices. I think I'm doing pretty solid, actually. I have never seen a drink like that, Keelan. Like this? It's the only drink that I have around me. Assuming. I'm sure you've seen water though. Shot says, "I know what a VCR is." Yeah, I'm just pulling your leg, buddy. Oh, someone tell me what it is quickly. That's so funny. Yeah, it's what came before the DVD player. Movie tapes, VCRs played them. Yep. Let's see. Erica said Tiff fucked up thinking 7K would let her do all that. Yeah, that's actually really funny. I didn't even think about that. That's hilarious. Shot said, "I'm liking the story. Awesome. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about it so far." We got Sad Boy Mode. How you doing, Sad Boy Mode? Saying what's up. Appreciate you being here. He also said AMC released Evil Dead Original will be in theaters on April 24th, only that day. I did see that, and I was contemplating going, so not sure. Not gonna lie, everything going in my ear is going out the other side. I'm not able to pay attention that good, like in math. Should I slow down? Do you think maybe I'm trying to go too fast? Am I reading too quickly? Or it's not me, it's you? I don't know. Sorry if I'm late. I was making dinner. All good. You are just in time. There's still plenty of pages to go. I'm on page 7 of 24. Erica, you got your clippers ready just in case. Are you talking about me? Like y'all are gonna clip me? Mandaroni, Ray Sis Kumbe. What the fuck? Okay, fair enough. I won't ask. Comments are blocked for me. I don't know what happened. I don't even know who Jake is, so I couldn't tell ya. Yay, water. Good job, Keelan. Yeah, I don't know what other drink she was talking about. Suspicious. Keelan, you're doing great for now. Yep. Well, actually, I think I'm doing pretty good because I'm still reading the parts that I've read before. Once I get to the shit that I don't know, I feel like that's where the struggle bus is gonna be. We'll see. Oh, Carrie, how you doing, Carrie? Carrie and I have something in the works, guys, so stay tuned for that. You know, it's gonna be a couple months from now, but we'll probably end up collabing before that time even comes because there's no reason to wait till all that time. So Nanette said you should read books for a job. Yeah, that I don't know. Maybe reading is a superpower of mine. I didn't know that I had. So who else would I be clipping? Yeah. This is what I'm saying, guys. I'm smart, but I'm slow. It's me, Keelan. I just can't really grasp that much on something being read to me. That's totally fair. I completely understand. Sometimes when I'm reading to myself, like most times I have to read out loud. Otherwise, it's the same thing. I have to like reread sentences over and over before it like actually clicks. Like I'll read it, but in my brain, I'm thinking about something completely different. So I don't blame you, honestly. Bro, almost said August. I don't think I did. I think I said all that time is exactly what I said. Uh, and then yeah, I was about to say Keelan, it's a long time away. Yeah, yeah, but you know, I'm an eager person. I get excited very easily. Like I have a Friday the 13th marathon stream that I'm planning for November that I've already like done all the overlays for. I already have a schedule. I have most of my special guests picked. Uh, because I'm just excited. And when I get the idea in my brain, I'm like, all right, time to go, go, go. So whatever. We got till that time to hype it up. And Ashton, Erica, you can clip him and Brett both tomorrow, possibly. That is true. That is true. I know this is not a Scream stream, but Scream 2022 is back on Netflix. It's all good. It's all I don't mind. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. As Sean Strickland would say. I don't mind other things being brought up. We just got to try and stay on topic majority of the time. But I don't mind if you ask me questions throughout, like different things. But I also want people to be talking about what we're here for as well. So as long as we can find a good balance, I'm totally fine. It's just when there's nothing but anything or nothing but stuff that doesn't have to do with what we're here for, that's when it's like, okay, okay. But all good. She plans to. I'll leave that for you. I don't know what our reference to. All right. All right. All right. Quick question. Do you like dark romance books? To be honest, I'm not a reader. This is like the first book I've read in like 2 years. And the last book I read before this was the Halloween novelization, the 2018 one. So I used to be really big on reading when I was in school. But then I found out that movies are just superior. This one doesn't listen to stay on top of it. Just the facts. Listen, there's a learning curve for everyone, right? It'll be okay. You look like emo, lol. Yeah. Yeah. You ain't wrong, my friend. You ain't wrong, my friend. That yeah, I peeped that too. This is hilarious. Could apply though. Comics. I've never really been into comics too much. A little here and there, but I'm more of a actually the most I've ever read is manga. I'm a manga reader. Yeah, I read some horror stories. You know, I own like the novelization for A Knock at the Cabin, and I own all three of the novelizations for the new Halloween trilogy, and I also own the Terrifier 2 novelization. I just don't really have a lot of time to read, to be honest. I'm very busy most of the time, so it's just hard. But reading would probably do me some good. I was saying this before. Some water and some reading would probably help the disgusting amounts of brain fog that I deal with on a daily basis. So, this is the last one I'll address, and I'll get back to the story. But yeah, that shit's just way too long for me. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Black coffee's alright. Little nitro cold brew. All right, wait, y'all are talking about things I like. How can you say you don't read comics but then anime manga? LOL. Well, no, comics like I like Marvel and comics are cool. I just was not big into comics. Manga is a lot more accessible on your phone because you can just get Shonen Jump for $5.99. Not a sponsor, by the way. And it's like super accessible on the phone. So I don't own a lot of manga. I own like some, but not a ton. And then yeah, Keelan's so busy, he can't upload that much on YouTube. Big facts. I really would like to, but like the streams are just so much easier for my time frames of life. But yep, we're about to get back to the book right now, my friend. Appreciate that. Perfect segue. Let's get it. Let's see. Okay, so in the same moment, he sent her a new video labeled "Hi Tiff." Curious and a bit put off, Tiff clicked on it. In this vignette, she saw a familiar scene, a darkly lit room that reminded her of her mother's house. The same masked man from the first vignette stood silhouetted in the darkness. Without warning, the lights came on, and the man was standing behind her screaming mother, tied up and bleeding in a chair. The same straight razor lifted to her throat. He screeched with maniacal laughter, only once again, and vowed to take his revenge. As Tiff watched in confusion and horror, she suddenly remembered everything. The masked man in the video was not only Arnold himself, but he was Mr. Cackle. 10 years ago, on Halloween night, when she was only a child, Tiff had encountered Mr. Cackle, Mr. Cackle for the first time, and something terrible had happened. Something that changed her and her mother's lives forever. And now Mr. Cackle was back to remind Tiff that his business with her wasn't finished just yet. Tiff's hands trembled as her fingers hovered over the keyboard and mouse. Arnold, please. I don't know. Arnold was steadfast, calm, and insistent. I'm going to make sure you remember that night, he said slowly. Now, be a good girl. Open my gift, he added ominously. Tiff turned her head slowly and looked at the package sitting on her desk, neatly packaged, so innocuous, waiting there for her to just open it. Her landlord, Yolanda, had dropped it off earlier that day in the rain when she came to ask for the rent money. Tiff took the package but didn't have any rent money and reminded Yolanda there were still holes in the ceiling with rain pouring through them that maintenance needed to fix. It had been such a gloomy holiday. She had slammed the door in Yolanda's face, thrown the package down on her desk to dry, and forgotten all about it. Open it, Tiffany, Arnold urged her. Tiff took a deep breath, grabbed the package, and tore it open in one motion. She reached inside and pulled out an unmarked DVD. Turning the disc over in her hands, she took a deep breath, anxiously anticipating what awaited her on it. Arnold let out a low chuckle. He folded his arms, amused. Watch, and remember what happened on Halloween night. His voice was nearly hypnotic. Tiff knew she had watched it. Tiff knew she had to watch it, not only because he was commanding her to, but because she knew deep inside that she needed to revisit the events of that night. It's for the best, she told herself. It's for Mom. And for Dad. Hands still shaking, Tiff inserted the disc into the DVD player on her computer console and pressed play. A title card flashed across the computer monitor, The House of Mr. Cackle, starring Tiffany Rogers. In an instant, Tiff was transported back to that Halloween night. The feel of that mid-autumn chill, smell of burning leaves permeating, scent of hot spiced apple cider brewing, sounds of laughter and festive, eerie music in the air. She and her dad waited eagerly in a long line of trick-or-treaters, children with their parents, cozy couples, and groups of teenagers, all waiting to get into the house of Mr. Cackle. The haunt, decorated with Mr. Cackle posters and shrouded in the mystical aura of neon lights and fog machines, was located on the outskirts of town, at the edge of suburbia, as far as little Tiff had ever gone from home. She dreamed one day of going far, far beyond, but for now, the creepy Victorian mansion on the edge of town, which had been fashioned into a haunted house attraction for local thrill seekers, would have to do. Halloween had always been Tiff's favorite holiday, and fall was her most beloved time of year. She had always loved all things horror and spooky, for as long as she could remember. Her dad, Jack, was once a bigwig movie producer. He had made several notable horror films and had passed his love of filmmaking down to her. Together, they had a blast making amateur scary movies, mostly of Tiff tormenting her poor mother, Erin, around the house. The antics Jack got Tiff into, including bringing her here to the house of Mr. Cackle, always seemed to rekindle that unsettling spark of his love for horror. Erin tried to have a good sense of humor about her daughter's and husband's love for spooky stuff, even though she worried about them and their mental health a lot. Little Tiff was a bright and articulate 9-year-old, seeing the world in wonder through her wide-rimmed glasses and eyes that rarely blinked. She was a little awkward with other kids at her age, especially other girls, but she got along well with adults and loved spending time on her own and with her dad, working on their amateur films. Tiff hoped to be a professional film editor and filmmaker one day when she grew up and saw no reason not to get an early start on achieving her dreams. She watched everything from her dad's films to YouTube videos to classic horror films and slashers like Evil Dead, Halloween, A Nightmare on Elm Street, and her all-time favorite, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Hot take. Like many young girls, Tiff harbored dreams and secrets she couldn't fully explain, not even to herself. The magic of the Halloween season and all things spooky seemed to draw these closer to the surface, made her feel alive and like life and the future were exciting and full of possibilities. Tiff knew there were so many mysteries in the world that she did not yet understand and may never understand. The feeling brought her a sense of both longing and exhilaration at the same time. She and Jack didn't know they were being watched carefully from security cameras planted throughout the haunt. Daddy, this is so cool, Tiff said, pulling his notebook out from her back pocket. Jack grinned and looked surprised. Hey, is that my... I couldn't bring the camera you gave me, Tiff spoke quickly, thinking of the toy camera Jack had given her to film her amateur projects. So I wanted to take notes instead. Inspiration for our movie, Dad. When Jack and Tiff finally reached the entrance, they watched the group of kids in front of them disappear into a pink fog illuminated by red strobe lights, ominous mechanical laughter drowning out their nervous laughs and screams. It was finally going to be their turn. Tiff felt a surge of fear and excitement, squeezed her dad's hand, waited for the attendant, costumed as a lunatic killer clown, to give them the all clear, and into the unknown they went. Inside the haunt, Tiff was transported to a magical land of horrors of every kind. Jack, ever a kid at heart, was delighted as well. The house had everything, all the classic elements of a haunted house, some pieces of nostalgia, and some corny moments. But there was also an underlying current of menace to it all. It all felt so real. And Tiff loved every second of it. As they explored the halls, the next group was just far enough ahead for them to hear their screams, but not too close to spoil their fun and surprises. They had no idea how far away the group behind them was. They had no idea how far away the group behind them was, but could hear their distant squeals of laughter as well. Then the sound seemed to fade further and further away, replaced by ghostly choirs echoing through the space, funneled in by speakers turned to maximum volume for maximum spooky effect. Glacier blue lights illuminated jack-o'-lanterns. Very realistic-looking corpses were propped in various positions and poses, and giant spiders on their giant webs decorated the walls throughout. Jack and Tiff emerged from a cloud of fog, clinging to each other, laughing and shivering a bit. Screens lining the hallway featured videos with flashy edits of guests screaming and running through various parts of the haunt, their vulnerable moments on display for all to see. You doing okay, kiddo? Jack asked. Yeah, I'm fine, Tiff said defiantly, shaking her dad's arm off her shoulder for just a second. This is so cool. Mom would never step foot in here. Voice crack. That's crazy. Tiff looked around and noticed the screens. Whoa, how did they do all this? Pretty neat, huh? Jack asked, putting his arm around her again as they continued through the haunt. In the next room they entered, snowflakes fell gently and landed on Tiff's glasses. Whoa, she exclaimed in wonder. Snow. I've always wanted to see snow. It's so beautiful. Jack nodded. It really is. And cold. Man, the design work here is impressive. I need to take a sip of water. Like, I don't know if y'all heard that. That was 2 voice cracks back to back. As I was saying, where was I? Okay. Jack nodded. It really is, and cold. Man, the design work here is impressive. Maybe he can help us with our movie, Tiff suggested, thinking about the mystery, Mr. Cackle, and and hi- and his fabulously executed haunt. The pair then came to a dark, lonely window covered in powdery snow. It reminded Tiff of a somber scene from a holiday movie, like something out of A Christmas Carol. Tiff reached out and dusted away the snow on the glass. It was cold to the touch. So cold it sent a shiver up her arm. So real, she thought. She and Jack saw only pure darkness as they gazed inside. What are we supposed to be seeing? Tiff asked. I don't see anything. Suddenly, a spotlight beamed down from an undeterminate place, illuminating an isolated bed. A terrified boy and girl, both Tiff's age, were sitting on top of the bed, looking around nervously. Another soft light came on then, focusing on an isolated closet door adjacent to them. As the door creaked open, Mr. Cackle emerged from the darkness like a monster in a child's nightmare. His black cape draped ominously behind him. The camera lens attached to his mask flared. Tiff couldn't see much of the mask he was wearing, but could see it looked handmade and rugged. Tiff pointed through the glass and whispered, "Dad, that's him. That's Mr. Cackle." Mr. Cackle flipped a switch on his black glove, which seemed to control multiple cameras. Click. Out of the darkness came two tripods mounted with cameras, rolling toward the bed. At the same time, Mr. Cackle unsheathed a large razor blade on a long black handle. Shing! The boy and girl on the bed locked tearful eyes, and pop! All the lights went off. Mr. Cackle's chilling, high-pitched laughter could be heard ringing in the darkness. It sounded like the cackle of a Halloween witch, but coming from a man's throat. It was deeply unnerving. Tiff and Jack were so intent on watching the bed, now engulfed in darkness, that they both jumped back with a shriek when yet another camera emerged from the floor, popping up right in front of them on the other side of the glass. This camera was recording them and their shocked reactions. The large spotlight suddenly came back on, and the boy and girl had vanished from the bed. Tiff held her breath. The bed sheets were now soaked in blood. Jack sighed heavily and pulled what the fuck? Jack sighed heavily and pulled Tiff gently away from the window. Okay, that's enough of that, he said. You all right? Little Tiff nodded and I lost my place. Little Tiff nodded and eagerly scribbled down some notes in Jack's notebook. Oh my god, I'm losing it. I'm losing the plot, y'all. Where'd it go? Such amazing little actors, though, Jack added. Yeah, Tiff reluctantly agreed, her voice crackling a little, wondering what exactly she had just witnessed. A shadow loomed up from behind them. It was Mr. Cackle, holding out his razor blade. The blade was dripping with what appeared to be fresh blood. Jack grabbed Tiff by both shoulders, leaned down, and whispered into her ear, "Come on, I think we're supposed to run now." As they took off, Tiff looked back and saw Mr. Cackle's mask illuminated in the moody light. The eye that wasn't covered by the camera lens was trained on Tiff, his face angled almost like he meant for her to see the intensity of his gaze. His eye was green, sharp, evil. "Dad, he's right behind us." "I know, honey, come on." Jack and Tiff took off running down the hallway and came to the next room of the haunt, a claustrophobia tunnel. All at once, a crush of white plastic swallowed them whole, pressing in on every side. For the first time, Tiff felt genuinely uncomfortable and afraid. "Daddy, this is weird. I can't breathe." She only called him Daddy when it was really, really bad. "It's okay, honey. Close your eyes and push through. I'm right up ahead." Tiff shut her eyes tight, feeling her way along the suffocating plastic curtains. The smell was nauseating, like brand new plastic and the sweat of the guests who had run through before them. It felt like forever, but was only a few feet and a few seconds. She finally emerged on the other side of the curtain and opened her eyes. Where was Dad? Jack was nowhere to be found. Dad? Daddy? That sounds horrible. I'm so uncomfortable with myself. She called out. She called out, "Where did he go?" Was he playing a trick on her? She pushed ahead and came to a dark stairwell with candles floating overhead. Was he up there? Was he hiding from her as a joke? She scrambled up the stairs, running her fingers along the walls as she went. And then, whoosh! A secret door flew open and she lost her balance, tripped, and fell into a room. Tiff landed on the floor with a thud, her glasses flying off. The door slammed behind her and she was into complete darkness. She frantically patted the ground, searching blindly for her glasses. She could hear footsteps just outside the door. Uncertain what was real anymore and what was part of the haunt, she pressed herself up against the wall, covering her mouth with one hand, searching for her glasses with the other. Found them. She put them on and then covered her mouth again. As her vision adjusted and the room came into focus, she could see a figure in the corner, hunched in a wheelchair and sitting at a desk. They were wearing large headphones and staring blankly into a bright monitor that was glaring into their face. I'm going to take a pause right there. It's about to take a turn. See what you guys are talking about. I think I think I saw y'all beef in just a little bit. Let me see. Yeah, I already know, Mandy. I just pretend like I'm bothered. You feel me? This sounds like a movie I just watched yesterday called Hunting Matthew Nichols. I wanted to see it, wasn't able to get a viewing for it, so don't know. Sometimes I swear I'm being punked, and that's it. I have a feeling I know what's about to come up here, and I know what that's referencing, but let's see. Hunting Matthew Nichols is a documentary true crime. Yeah, I'm sorry, respectfully not reading all that, but I know what it is. Yes, I would also like to see it. Sledgehammer Horror said it was really good and recommended it. Sad Boy saying, "What book is this? I need it." And you guys took care of it. Yes, it's called The House of Mr. Cackle. It's $10 on Amazon. I'm good. I'm good. You should be a writer. I like writing. Not stories. I've written a lot of songs and poetry and whatnot, but I could probably write a good story if I really put my mind to it. I'm trying to like not address some of these. Oh, does this book have Fabio in the front? I actually don't know who that is. Is my age showing? Somebody let me know. Ooh, Shot got in trouble. On a side note, every time you say Jack, you have my dog looking at you and his heart is racing, Keelan. I'm so sorry. That's so funny. But not if he's like seriously having problems, then it's not. But it is kind of cute, not gonna lie. Yes, yet again, Erica is asking, did everyone hit that like button? If not, you better get to it or else. Knuckle sandwiches, serving them up. And then, yes, we're also streaming Bloody Birthday Watch Party tomorrow. Chills and Thrills, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Be there or be square. I was going to say beware, but then I had a stroke. Yes, dude, like, and I get it, like, you know, it shouldn't be weird, but like me having to say it, it's rough. I got through it the first like 3 times, and then by that point, yeah. Especially because I think my father is still in here, so it's just really awkward. What? Yeah, big facts. Number 1 supporter. Maybe number 2. Top 5 probably. Appreciate that, Mandy. I think I'll get this book when I get the money to get it. Yeah, so you can buy it off. Here's my thing. When I bought it digitally on Amazon Kindle, I think they literally just had it like you can buy it for whatever you want, and I think I bought it for $5, but I think you could get it for like less than that if that's what you had. I don't think they were strict on it. I think they are strict on if you want the paperback version. Um, yeah, if you wanted the paperback version, then it's $10. So might want to just check that on Amazon and see what the options are because you might be able to just get it digitally for like $1. I have no idea. I'm not shocked you don't know who Fabio is. Yeah. Oh, okay. I can use context clues. Romance covers something from romance. I don't know. Jack is fine. He's just a little excited. He thinks you're talking to him, Keelan. Well, Jack, now I am talking to you. Treat Nanette right and be a good pet. And only use the bathroom outside. And eat all your food. Sorry, I'm on break tomorrow. No time off for you, Ashton. That's okay, Ashton. If you don't want to fill in, I'm sure we could get Erica to take care of it for us. If you want to lose your job. Did I actually say hi to Cole? I don't remember if I did or not. So here's a formal hello. I don't think I did. Hi, Cole. Thanks for being here, bud. It's a joke. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah. Yeah. Never mind. I'm not gonna address it because then my mod's gonna say that it's not appropriate for me to talk about it. I didn't say anything about firing you, pal. I didn't say anything about firing you. Listening is a skill, Erica, just by the way. All right. We're on page 17 of 24, just for context, guys. So we're almost there. We're almost to the end. Before I get started, how are we all feeling thus far about the story? What are the thoughts, you know? Is there any intrigue going on? Is there any excitement? Or is this like not y'all's thing? And how am I doing on the reading? I started to fumble the bag a little bit, but let me know. I think I'm doing pretty decent thus far. Yes, this is exactly what I meant. Thank you, Ashton. Hastings? No idea what that is. Calm down killer loves you. This might be a skill issue because I don't know how I was supposed to read it or what it meant. But okay, Ashton, I'm doing fine, but how's the story? How are y'all feeling about the story so far? Because I'm gonna finish it up when I get started again. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. But record it as an audiobook and include our roasts. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I would get sued for this. Would be funny though. Oh shit. All the adult romance novels had like Vikings, barbarians, or Fabio on the front. I just don't know enough about that. I think I live under a rock. Ashton saying it's not bad. Okay, cool, cool. Um, I have like a visual in my head as well because I've seen the proof of concept. So, um, I have like a visual in my head. You know what I mean? So maybe it's why it may not be hitting for some people if it's not, but yeah, I've got the visuals and the pretty colors in my brain. I really like this book and I like your reading of it. And guess what? Because I have Kindle Unlimited, I can get the book for free. Yes, that's great. That is going to be a GIF. That I know that's going to be a GIF. Uh, but no, that's awesome. So then you can check it out on your own. And also, Nanette, if you do that, you also get to see the cover in color, and they also have the movie poster in the very back. Mine is in black and white, but you'll be able to see that in color, as well. So that's pretty neat. If you did, Keelan, we'd be concerned. I think I lost the plot because I don't even know what you're referring to anymore. Oh, probably if I knew What, like Fabio was, or what any of this stuff was that you're talking about? I don't know. Oh, if I knew what you were talking about with this? I have no idea. Let me take one more drink, one more sip of my water. That's good. Whoever invented this shit, they did something for real. Let's see. I don't even remember where I stopped at. Okay, I do. I found it. All right. Y'all ready to get back into the story? Get it going. As her vision adjusted and the room came into focus, she could see a figure in the corner, hunched in a wheelchair and sitting at a desk. They were wearing large headphones and staring blankly into a bright monitor that was glaring into their face. The figure turned the wheelchair slowly in Tiff's direction. It was a woman, in her 40s, her mangled hair falling around her face. Tiff saw she was wearing fashionable glasses, but had bloodshot eyes. Plastic tubes snaked into her nostrils, and Tiff followed their pathway down and around the woman's lap to a mobile oxygen tank sitting beside the desk. I have a feeling you guys were able to hear that. That was a gnarly burp. Beside the desk, the woman panted heavily, her breathing sounding clogged and ghoulish. "You're not supposed to be in here," she rasped with a ragged breath. "I'm sorry," Tiff squeaked out. "Is this part of the haunt?" Seeming to ignore her question, the woman asked, "Will you help me?" Tiff, confused, stammered out, "I don't think—" The woman's eyes darted to the door. "Please, the stairs. I can't." She motioned to her wheelchair. Tiff's eyes were drawn to the monitor, and she could see it was an editing bay. The woman could tell she was admiring her setup. "Do you like editing?" she asked with a deep wheeze. Tiff nodded meekly. "Yeah, I make movies with my dad." "What kind of movies?" "Scary ones." The woman cracked a smile, one that had once been beautiful. "Come here." Little Tiff got cautiously to her feet and moved slowly toward the woman and the editing bay. The woman turned her wheelchair back toward the monitor. Tiff could see she was editing her very own frightened reaction to the children in the snowy window from just minutes before. "Hey, that's me." Her eyes widened. "Wait, you edit the Mr. Cackle videos? I've watched them all on the channel. Learned so much, really." "Would you like to try?" Lenore asked in her raspy voice, but with a tone full of what was an attempt at kindness. Tiff could sense the woman's desire to be kind and offered sincerely, "Oh no, I'm somewhere near oh no, I'm nowhere near as good as you." The woman rolled back and let Tiff into the bay. Tiff looked around the console, hit some keys, and started figuring out the controls. Her eyes focusing on the screen, Tiff went into a state almost like a trance. She eagerly re-edited the footage of the two children on the bed and then the footage of her own frightened reaction from the window. With a tap, she stood back to play the new edit. The cuts were even snappier and intensified the terror of those moments. "Very good," the woman assured her. Little Tiff snapped out of her trance just then, and a folder on the desktop caught her eye. The woman followed Tiff's gaze to the folder and said, "No, sweetheart, don't watch," but Tiff clicked on the folder anyway. Her pupils dilated. All over the monitor were edited montages of screaming children, blood everywhere. It made Tiff shudder, feel sick. Her eyes darted down again to the cluster of hard drives on the desk, all wired into the computer. Her heart sank to her chest. "These are real?" Sorry, run it back. "These are real, aren't they?" she asked meekly. The woman rolled a little bit toward her. "No, they're just scary movies, just like the ones you make with your daddy." She leaned in close to Tiff. "Please." "Tiffany," she responded slowly. "Tiffany," the woman pleaded, a deep sadness in her eyes. I don't want to do this anymore. She rolled a little closer to Tiff. Too close. The woman grabbed Tiff's arm. Tiff jerked back, accidentally knocking herself hard into some cables behind her, unplugging the woman's oxygen tank. The woman began to gasp for air. Tiff didn't hesitate and ran out the door, disappearing down the staircase. She needed to find her dad. No, please, she could hear the woman cry out from the room, gulping and wheezing. Help me. Meanwhile, in the room, Lenore sobbed, struggling to breathe while reaching for the oxygen tank cable to plug it back in. From behind her, a camera emerged from the darkness, filming her. Mr. Cackle was watching. She darted her head back toward the display on her monitor. It was the feed from the camera behind her. Arnold, she rasped into the display. Help me, please. The camera zoomed in on her. She stopped. A look of resolve crossed her face. You couldn't resist, could you? She asked, and began to turn blue. With a final glare into the camera, she wheezed out a long last breath, her head falling heavily into the editing bay. Machinery began to hum erratically, and soon there was a cacophony. What is that word? I think that's what it was. A cacophony of electric sparks, components malfunctioning, and smoke rising. The entire system shut down. The smoke dissipated, leaving only her still form hunched limply over the darkened console. And then flames erupted, spreading all around her. Had she still been alive, she would have heard Mr. Cackle screaming with rage. Tiff sprinted toward a doorway where she could see a sliver of light beneath the crack. Suddenly, she heard her dad's voice calling out to her. Tiff, follow my voice. You're almost out. Out of the corner of her eye, Tiff thought she saw Mr. Cackle's mask looming in the darkness like an apparition. You took her. Oh. You took her from me. And then he was over her, his arms opening beneath his cape and closing around her like the wings of a bat. Tiff was suddenly engulfed, swallowed whole into darkness. In all of our precious memories. Mr. Cackle's razor blade flashed through the air. Tiff felt a sharp pain in her arm. It was wet and then numb. She touched her arm and felt a deep, bloody cut. With one heavy drop of blood falling to the floor and splashing, Tiff wriggled out from Mr. Cackle's grip and ran for the light. I'll find you, Tiffany, he said softly, calmly, before fading back into the darkness. The tape ended. Tiff was transported back to the present, to her room, to her video call with Arnold. The DVD ejected from the player. She rolled up her sleeve to look at her faded scar. You murdered my sister Lenore, Arnold said through gritted teeth. So, I took your father's life. Ping. Tiff looked up and saw a WeTransfer email pop up in front of her. What is this? She asked, her voice distant. Arnold took control of the mouse, downloaded the folder, and clicked File, then Import. Tiff watched the folder import to a new sequence in Adobe. Her eyes followed the mouse, hovering over a series of clips until Mr. Cackle found the video he wanted and clicked play. The video then began to play. The video that began to play showed little Tiff's bedroom on a gloomy day. Rain poured down her windows outside. The view was coming from inside her closet. Mr. Cackle had set up a secret camera in there. He zoomed in on little Tiff. Sitting on her bed in a black dress, knees tucked, glasses fogged with tears, squeezing her Spring-Heeled Jack DVD, one of the movies she had made with her dad. In present day, over the video clip playing, Arnold whispered, I was there for the funeral. Tiff felt a lump in her throat. Arnold manipulated the mouse quickly to a new clip. It was Tiff's graduation day. Mr. Cackle was watching and filming Tiff from a distance. Teenage Tiff stood tall and proud in her graduation gown, hair dyed black, posing with a fake machete and pretending to slice her diploma while her mom snapped a photo. That's kind of a hard graduation picture idea. Arnold manipulated the mouse to yet another new clip. Moody red and pink lighting filled Tiff's bedroom. Black rose petals dotted the bed and floor. This time, Mr. Cackle's secret cam was looking in her bedroom. He was filming her secretly again, and this time from outside, from a hidden place, zooming in on her private life through her window in the rain. Teenage Tiff was sitting nervously on the edge of her bed next to Freddie, a handsome 18-year-old boy wearing a Blair Witch Project t-shirt. "Oh, Freddie, I don't do gifts. You know this," Tiff said, softly and laughing. "Deal with it," he joked. "Now close your eyes." She clenched her eyes tightly, and he placed a small red box in her hand. Mr. Cackle's camera zoomed in on the box. It opened and revealed a beautiful pair of ghost earrings. Tiff gasped in surprise. "They're custom," Freddie told her, beaming. "Oh, I love them so much," Tiff gushed, gazing lovingly at the earrings and then at Freddie. "It's us, in the afterlife. Happy Valentine's Day, Tiff." Freddie suavely leaned in and kissed her neck, his fingers gently grazing her thigh. Mr. Cackle's secret camera continued to record as Tiff and Freddie kissed passionately. I did not read this part yet, guys, so like I didn't know about any of this. This is the parts I did not get to. Yeah, Mr. Cackle's secret camera continued to record as Tiff and Freddie kissed passionately. "Oh, Freddie," present day Tiff. "Oh, Freddie." Present day Tiff, watching herself in the clip, heard herself say. She shuddered. "I even witnessed your first love," Arnold said, chuckling. And then he ended the clip. Tiff took... Amanda, you need more water. Oh, I thought you were saying I needed more water. Sorry, I got distracted. Let's see. Tiff took a deep breath and dug her fingernails into her scalp. She reached up and touched her ghost earrings. She was wearing them right now. And then slid her hands down over her lap as if to hide her body. Arnold continued, "Why slit your throat when, for years, I could relish every moment recording and watching you endure an endless nightmare, enjoying the memories I took from your father." "You're sick," Tiffany responded. "Don't look at me. I didn't know what happened to Lenore, Arnold. I was just a girl." "I'm just a girl." "You've held onto your father's murder," Arnold said with a grin. You're just like me." He traced his fingers along his razor blade. "It started only with their fear, the way their eyes widened, the way their screams echoed. I would watch over and over, but then I became this character that I created. Got a little too close. The first cut." His voice was distant and dreamy. "It was more than fear, captured on camera forever. Death in all its raw, unfiltered glory. How many more lives could I orchestrate, direct, and capture frame by frame?" He smiled. "And then the internet grew. People wanted to see everything. They wanted to see it all." Tiff rolled back from her monitor. Arnold continued, "No one cuts a scary scene like my sister. Nobody except for you, Tiffany." Tiff interrupted. "You enjoyed watching her die. All those awful things that you made her do." Arnold shrieked with laughter. "Wait until you see what I do to your mother, and you're going to edit it." "Don't you touch her, Arnold. I've waited for your skills to flourish. You're my Lenore now. The channel was going to be so popular before you ruined everything. Destroyed our footage. The audience forgot us. But now you're going to work for me forever." He added with a flare of drama, "Tonight, Mr. Cackle returns." Tiff breathed through gritted teeth. "Now go on with the show, Tiffany. Play the part. We'll be watching." On her screen, Arnold slipped back into darkness, and Tiff could hear her mother's screams from somewhere in the room. They were so sharp, they made the speakers crackle. "Mom, no!" Tiff shouted out, and the video call disconnected. Sweating, Tiff threw on her headset and gripped her mouse. On the monitor, the YouTube live stream resumed. Adobe Premiere Pro and a chat window popped up, along with Tiff in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. Her lips shakily approached the microphone. "Good night, everyone," she said stiffly. "Welcome back to Scared Stiff with Tiff. Sorry for the inconvenience, but we're now back online." And that's the end of it. It ends with it's saying, "Are you prepared to watch her die? Capture the fear and the full story frame by frame in rough cut." Yes, and then there's a little bit of backstory about the author Amelia Cotter. I am not going to read it, but there is a little black and white version of the poster for the movie. It's also on their Instagram. If you just go to Instagram and do at Scared Stiff with Tiff, you can see a bunch of like the behind the scenes stuff they're working on. You can see stills and different images and videos and such. So I'll just catch this one since it's the most recent. Here to drop a like for Keelan and say hello. Thank you so much, Leanna. I'm actually finishing up right now, so good timing. Yeah, I see Mandy is saying she's heavily not behaving, so let me scroll back up and see what's going on here. Let's see. We didn't hear the burp, and I'm sad. I'm sure you definitely heard that voice crack, though. My throat is not feeling great. We got Eli. Eli saying, "What's up, Keelan," in chat. And then he also said, "Don't forget to slash that like button and sub to this awesome channel." Abso-freaking-lutely. Thank you, Eli. It's always a pleasure to have you, my friend. Let's see. Everyone's just saying hi to Eli, showing him some love. Erica again doing her thing. Did everyone hit that like button? If not, you better do it, or else that's you. You're gonna get stabbed. A cacophony, an imposter. Oh, what the fuck? I should double check these. Oh man, that's hilarious. Yeah, I have no idea. That was like the only word I for real could not pronounce. I'm back with pizza for chat. Yeah, you pretty much done missed the whole story, Austin. But I appreciate you at least swinging back around, and I hope that your pizza's good. Let the chat know, where'd you get the pizza from? I'd love to know. I'm a bit of a pizza expert myself, if I do say so, which I do. Yeah, it was cacophony, but I don't know if you know how to pronounce that, or I don't know how to pronounce it. Erica Band, big facts. Why? What did 8 do? I don't know who 8 is. I not 8. I know you're not 8, Erica, but who is? Oh my lord, what are these typos? I love how you guys are just having fun. This is good stuff. I just see Erica is just again, should double check these because I did not see the second half of that. Hey, nice, no doubt, Mr. Keelan. Your outcast snafu is forgiven. Oh yeah, big facts. Thank you. I know good music. Okay, I know Outcast. Gripped her mouse. Jesus, this is like. God damn. Okay, I think I've learned. Double check. Ooh, I like the art. Yeah. And if you, I don't know if you actually like went and checked the Instagram so you can see it in color. It's like nice, vivid colors too. Very nice. I should have had that here to show you guys, but it was not sinking on my toes as quickly as I usually do. Yeah, I see that now, Mandy, but it's okay. It's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. Heavenly. Okay. I got Parmesan sauce pizza with beef mushrooms and caramelized onions from Pizza Hut. Ooh, not big on Pizza Hut. TBH. I also don't like mushrooms, and I'm not big on onions either. So, but I hope you enjoy it. That made me hungry. I might go get mellow mushroom after this, to be honest. Um, fuck 'em off. Fuck 'em off, Keelan. Okay. Fuck 'em off. Fuck off, Keeling. Oh man. Yo, you're on a generational run of errors right now. It's crazy. I'll send an audio for cacophony, Keelan. Yep, I appreciate that. Thank you. Keelan gonna get the stab next. Yeah, absolutely. Uh, I'm laughing too much to type. Yeah, it starts to get like that. Keelan us softly with his song. Yeah, that's a good one. I don't use Instagram. I'm way too cool for that. Fair enough. You're keeling me, Smalls. Yeah. Yeah. Good old name puns. Appreciate them. Erica saying, I hate it here. It's a good time. Well, yep, that was The House of Mr. Cackle, a rough cut short story. You know, I really enjoy what Mitchell and everyone else working on that film is doing. Um, I'm intrigued to see if David Howard Thornton does end up playing Mr. Cackle, as it's been alleged. Um, although the guy that they got to play Mr. Cackle in the proof of concept, his name is Diego Moreira, I think is how you pronounce it. Um, he did a pretty good job too, and you can tell off of his social media posts he's pretty passionate. So maybe they don't need to replace him, even though David Howard Thornton would obviously be a huge score. But who knows? Who knows what the plan is? Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'm so distracted. Y'all are like saying the wildest things right now. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that I did a decent time reading. And if you let me know if you guys want to see me do more reading. I have other books. We can do novelizations. I can take recommendations for horror books and stuff. I wouldn't mind doing it. Obviously, we have to do it in parts, unless we did short stories. But let me know if this is something you guys would be willing to tune into more often, or if you guys want me to stick to more of the movie stuff, movie specific. I'm most definitely going to do more content about Rough Cut as things start to come out. Maybe even get Mitchell on for an interview. We've talked about that in the past. I just wanted to hold off until there was a little bit more awareness and hype around it. And I think that time is slowly coming. They're working on little toys for the character and a bunch of other cool things. So if you guys want to see what they have going on, definitely check Instagram at Scared Stiff with Tiff. That's going to really tell you everything that you need to know, and it's going to give you all the updates that you need. But definitely not going to be the last time you hear about Rough Cut on my channel. Yeah. Sad boy mode is back. Sorry for everything. I'm woefully unaware of what even happened. So you're all good in my book, brother. I'm gonna have hotel security come up from laughing so loud. Yeah, you need to chill out. Oh, I forgot you're on your trip right now. I haven't kissed anyone. I don't know what you heard. Anywho, we got Chester saying I had chicken from slow cooker with grits and green beans. I'm not a grits guy, gonna be honest. Not too big on it, but I can go for some green beans. And I like chicken. Austin. Oh, wait, did I skip something? No, I didn't. Okay. Austin. Yes, Reed. Okay, awesome. Fantastic. I wouldn't mind it. LMFAO, you did good, dude. I'd send some recs for you. Yeah, that would be great. Because the only horror books that I actually have are like novelizations of horror movies. So maybe I should read I gotta look something up real quick, actually. I need to know the exact name real quick. Just a moment. Entertain yourselves for just a minute. Maybe okay, yeah, maybe what do you guys think about this idea? Maybe I should read The Hellbound Heart. How does that sound? The Hellbound Heart. We can do some streams for that. You just want the stash, Austin. That is crazy. uh Austin says, check out The Final Girls by Grady Hendrix ASAP. All right, I will do, my friend. Thank you. Austin saying you did good. Thank you so much. Appreciate the positive feedback. I will tune in. I have to. So, well, you don't have to. You kind of choose to, but it's appreciated regardless. Regardless. How do you feel about Edgar Allan Poe stories, Keelan? I don't know. I'm sure I've read one or two when I was in school, but I don't know. But I'm not against it. You know, if there's demand, I will do it. Chucky will be returning. Yeah, you know, I'm looking forward to that. I saw something about them saying it's gonna be like in the vein of Curse, which is fine. I like Curse, so. Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix. Okay, got you. And then Mandy said that she's got the book too. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea. Ray said yes. Hellbound Heart is amazing. Make Erica a Pinhead fan. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I did say it as a joke, but genuinely, if people like are interested in me reading it, I've never read it, but I would. That's definitely one that I would do. That word is banned. Okay. Yeah. Clive Barker's Thief of Always was good too. Okay, noted. I gotta write some of these down. Keelan, do you know what the story is about? Because if you don't, it is Hellraiser. Yeah. Yes, Nanette. Thank you so much for making sure I was informed. I'm aware, and I was saying it because Erica, I just knew she would be elated because she loves Hellraiser so very much. So I figured if we read the book, more Hellraiser time for her, the better. And then how about the Death Note books? I don't know about that, but I might have to start writing some names in the Death Note itself here in a minute. Who knows? Could get weird. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys. Do you guys have any questions about the story, or do you guys have any questions about Rough Cut? I can give, only so much info because I'm not like an inside guy, I'm just a dude. I'm just a dude. Putting in my 2-week notice, it's been fun. Unfortunately, this is like not the first time I've heard someone say this in the last month to me. It's like the third or fourth. So kind of hits a little too close to home, Erica. But I'm not surprised. Nobody's loyal these days. Erica is definitely a Cinnabon from hell. Has anyone actually met her? Yeah. She that's my stepmom, bro. Come on now. I actually might be getting a real 2-week notice now. I'm gonna need to grab another drinky drink. Go for it. Is it based on a true crime events? No, it's not based on true crime events. It is it's a fictional story. See, I would love to just get Mitchell on for an interview where he can talk about it and we can answer questions like this because he'd be able to tell you better than I could what his inspirations were. One thing that resonated with me that I thought about is Mr. Cackle's weapon of choice, his straight razor. I wonder if there's any pull or inspiration from Jack the Ripper or Sweeney Todd, because those are two notorious killers, if you will, that use a straight blade razor. Thank you. Words do blend. Oh, what's going on, Fachi? I did see your DM, and I'm gonna take care of that. I'm sorry. Yeah, I just so busy, but I can give you 30 seconds of my time for sure. But thank you for stopping in, showing some love, and yeah, can't wait to get something in the works for you, collab of some sort, in the more near future, rather than wait till November. But I was joking about quitting, but I'm serious now. Yep, figured that one was coming. Sweeney Todd. Yeah, love me some Sweeney Todd. I hear you, Joanna. Oh, wait, he says feel. Fuck. I'm just bad at remembering things, guys. Nothing's gonna harm you, not while I'm around. Amazing. I love Sweeney Todd. Cool. Appreciate that. Thank you. Ah, just in time to get serenaded. Amazing. Love it. Is Sweeney Todd a real person? No. Sweeney Todd, I believe, is a fictional character, but I mean, Jack the Ripper is a real person. I'm pretty sure. I'm going off of a movie I watched where Jack the Ripper used a straight blade razor. I don't even know if that's facts. So I sensed a disturbance in the forest. Keelan doesn't know what Hastings is. Why? Okay, so Cole went and talked some shit. He had to have, because there's no way you just knew you heard about this. So another JBC performance. Yes, yes. Do you like Psycho Killer? I actually didn't watch it. It was one of my most anticipated for 2026. And then I heard not so great things, and I also couldn't get a viewing in time to go see it. So I didn't go see it, but I don't know if it's on streaming yet, but once it is, I'm going to check it out. Have you heard the Ballad of Sweeney Todd? Not in the movie. No. Nope. I have not. Hastings is a book, DVD / entertainment store. Okay. I thought Hastings was going to be like a city or a town or something. It's not like Hastings. That sounds like a city, actually. Hastings, Connecticut. I don't know. Yep, y'all are just chopped up. Can't wait for Batman 2 2027. Yeah. I'm also looking forward to Clayface. That was also my most anticipated. I'm hoping that comes out this year. I think it's supposed to. So yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I know that Jack the Ripper is real. I like to talk, to watch, and read true crime stories. I'm a little obsessed with Jack the Ripper. Nice, Nanette. Yeah, I like on my free time when I'm at work and I'm just watching something, I usually put on YouTube videos. It's kind of like true crime, but it's like real court cases. You get to see the interrogation videos and stuff like that. The Ballad of Sweeney Todd is sung by his victims. Interesting. I'm gonna have to look that up after the stream ends. Oh, October for Clayface. Last time I heard. Nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Modelo, sponsor this man. Big Fox. Big Fox, please. I love Modelo. You know how dedicated I am to this company? I've been drinking warm Modelo for the past 2 days. Ashton also showing some excitement for Clayface. And Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer looks dark and depressing like the Amazing Spider-Man 2012. Yep, I'm looking forward to it. Jack the Ripped is terrifying. He was never caught. Jack the Ripped. That sounds like some erotica or something. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Look up the Josh Groban Tony performance of Sweeney Todd. Will do. Josh Groban. Okay, I gotcha. Let's see. I was saying for Brett's birthday, LOL, Brett's no fool. Absolutely. And on that note, we're at about the hour 40-minute mark. I don't really have anything else to say about the House of Mr. Cackle. I appreciate you guys even entertaining this idea. It's something that I felt fairly connected to, fairly passionate about, and I wanted to just do something a little different, have some fun. I hope you guys did enjoy, and it seems like from the looks of it, with you guys giving recommendations, that you want to hear me read some more stuff. So I can definitely do that. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna end it on that. You guys are having some fun, but I'm sweating and I'm tired and I'm hungry, so I'm gonna get up out of here. But Erica says, did everyone hit that like button? If not, you better do it, or else. That's you. That's you. Oh, yes. Take care, everybody. I appreciate you guys so much for even giving me just a bit of your time. As always, stay safe out there. And I hope to see you guys in the next stream, video, or whatever else I decide to get myself into. Have a good night, everybody. Love you too, Mandy. Bye.